um, how does this work? Do you just use multiple sites for your teaching? Is it one program, one site, and you go on that one site and it has all the subjects? Like how does that work?
You go on all the different sites.
All the different sites.
Yeah, I mean, like Amanda said, you can do, Amanda and Sarah said, you can do like a box where you basically order it and that's it. But we have all found that we scour the internet, and like I said, I use and probably somewhat abuse my wonderful friendship with Sarah and just get her advice. Because she actually likes to research and she does it so well. So she does that, and she can probably give you advice as well. As far as
okay, this site is they are religious leaning, just to put that out there, but practical homeschooling, Mary Pride, her site's like, if you Google about reviews for a whatever curriculum, that's one of the first sites that always comes up, and she has a synopsis about them all. So you know, that's a good place to quickly get some information from a bunch, or go to, you know, if you're in Southeast Michigan homeschoolers group, you know, look for math, elementary math, you know, search that and you'll see what people recommended. And oh, well, this one was recommended a lot. Google and, you know, check out that program and see if it's what you're interested in. And if you have any questions about any of them, you know, we can all, you know, I can give you our contact information too, so if you have questions later, or you post in one of those groups, hey, anybody use this? Do you like it? What do you think about it? And then later that helps somebody else when they're searching for it.
Yeah. And I know earlier Tracy mentioned, you know, if they were planning on going back to school, to make sure the program's accredited. Does that mean that every site, every program that I use has to be accredited, or?
I would contact Livonia to find out actually what they're doing. And I have a funny feeling, at least for this year, because of everything that's going on, they're just going to be happy that your kids are getting an education, because they're going to have kids who do their program who are not going to do well. My daughter-in-law, who's a teacher at Mott in high school in Waterford, she believes she's going to have a lot of what she calls repairing to do when kids come back, to try and get them back to the same place they were at. So I think if you contact Livonia schools and just ask those questions, and like I said, if you don't want to ask as you, just ask anonymously. Hey, I'm a parent in the Livonia school system, and I'm kind of wondering, my kids didn't do so well with the online stuff, and if that's the way it's going to go, I understand that, and you know, I love that you're being safe for all the kids, but if it's not working for my kids and I choose to go a different route to try and make sure they get what they need this year, how hard is it going to be to come back? Come September 2021.
Okay.
How it's going to work, and just ask that question, because you know, as the I don't know if it's Julian, she said, you know, she doesn't even know what's going on. She has no idea what's going on yet. She's just getting those memos day by day. But I think you asking that question is a very good place to start, because I think it will help you make decisions for your kids with a more understanding of what it's going to be like if you decide to send them back to school, which would make complete sense. If that's what's working for them before all this craziness happened, then why not send them back? But then you'll be on the same page as the
And you're not the only one with that question for them.
yeah.
They need to get an answer to that, because I'm sure there are many, many parents in Livonia District who need that answer.
Yeah.
Several other districts besides. I'm sure everyone's on that page. If their student didn't do really well, their kid didn't do really well for those last 4 months, they're going to be looking for options that help them keep moving forward.
I think the goal is the teacher meets them where they're at.
Right.
Because we know a lot of students they just don't do well with that online group, not at all. But I did want to ask a question too. Is it possible that those of you that have been doing this for a length of time could maybe just put a document together with some of your favorite links that we could view?
Yeah.
Sure. Or we can type them in the chat box.
Oh, okay.
I can't. my My keyboard isn't working. We could put a Google Doc together later, a shared Google Doc, and
Okay.
send out the link.
Whatever you want me to do, I don't mind sharing what I've used in the past. It changes a lot. So parents who are doing it now will have resources I didn't when I started. So definitely everybody's input is helpful.
If everyone would, I put my email here in the chat box. If everyone would grab my email and email me, then once we put a document together, I can email everyone who emails me.
That's perfect.
I
I'm
know.
not seeing your email.
I don't see a chat box.
Oh, if you go to the bottom and hit
Bottom.
chat. Yep, there you go.
Still don't. There it is.
Okay.
Okay.
I see Jane says, well, that's about all I see. I see that.
Yeah, I don't see yours, Kelly.
Oh, because I sent it to just Amanda. That's weird. Sorry.
Oh, whoops.
I think Amanda already knows how to get a hold of you.
It was the other Amanda.
Oh, different Amanda.
Well, I guess you're special. Only you get to.
I don't know why that was.
I threw mine out
I
there
just had
too.
glasses on so I could look cute for the chat. And now I just can't see anything.
Oh, no.
There we go.
There it is.
It just came through. Here you go. There you go.
I also have a headache, so you know.
all right.
How
Um,
is
that sale, what I was talking about is a good way to get cheap curriculum though. You know, if you don't want to spend a bunch of money on it.
To do
And
what?
the sale in Clarkson?
Oh, right.
Or even on market. I mean, I know there's tons of used curriculum out there that, because we gone through a lot that didn't work for us and I spent money on it. A lot
Right.
of it, you know.
There's actually a site online. If you just Google used homeschool curriculum, you'll actually get several places where homeschoolers go to sell their curriculum.
Yeah, that's
You do it online and they're pretty clear. I would say a homeschooler usually tells you exactly what you're going to get when they send it to you, and we've not had any problems. We've got it all the way up through high school and gotten really decent curriculum. You know, a couple pages are written in, they say in pencil. They're pretty descriptive because they themselves would not want to buy bad curriculum. So they're usually good about explaining what worked for them or what didn't too even.
And most homeschoolers are pretty frugal.
Yeah.
So true.
Just to throw out, with Amanda bringing up about how she's gone through things that just didn't work out, and her laughing about how I've given up on Matthew C for forever. I definitely, you know, another big piece of advice I feel is so important to understand is, no matter how much you spend on the curriculum, if you and your kids are miserable, throw it out the window and never look at it again. It is so easy to think, well, I made this commitment, I thought this was best, or I paid this much money for it. But if it's not working, curriculum is a tool, not your master. It is not the principal. It is not in charge. It is just something to help you. So if you end up going with something and you all hate it, please don't feel like you have to finish every single problem in that book.
Yeah, definitely. And feel like you can actually sell it on those sites.
Yeah.
So if that one doesn't work, definitely try something new. And I agree with Sarah, you need something that works for you and your kids, because otherwise it's a really miserable road.
And if you have young kids, like Jane, I would really just listen to the kids. What are they interested in? When they're so young, it's like, great, you're interested in Greek mythology. We're going to do Greek mythology for the entire year, and and take whatever we can out of it. And through that, we'll look at maps, and we'll look at this and that, and oh, they did sacrifices to these animals. Oh, let's look at these animals. You really can just kind of go with the flow when they're that young, because what you want to teach them is how to learn, and to love learning.
Especially nowadays, I listened to a homeschool speaker on this topic before, who was saying about how much of a leg up a lot of homeschoolers are going to end up having just because our schools haven't kept up with how our society is. They're still teaching you fact, when in reality, having that fluid brain who understands how to think and find your information is more important when we have these, with all the facts already in it.
Mm-hmm.
True.
Does anybody else have any questions?
Not anything else that I can think of, but I'm pretty sure within the week I'll probably text you or Facebook you, Kelly, with a million other questions.
Sure, sure. Do we want to share the one that, oh, I'm sorry, Amanda.
I'm so sorry. No, you're fine.
Wait, is that Jane again?
Amanda, and yeah, feel free to message me, email Kelly, any questions you ever come up with, okay?
Yeah, definitely.
And yeah, we can also try setting something up for kids about their age to try to do a Zoom soon.
Yeah.
That sounds great.
I basically just wanted to